Hi folks, this is Jay. I hope you're okay today. It's good to see you. I just want to talk to you about what I would call young atheists. If you're a young atheist today, I've got some questions for you and I want you to just be honest about it. First of all, I just want to ask the question of, are you really an independent thinker, or are you just going with the crowd? There are these YouTube atheists like Thunderfoot and people like that who have built empires, YouTube empires, off the backs of people like yourself. People who are just willing to follow whatever these kind of people are saying. And have you just got involved in this kind of thing because other of your mates have, or because you think it's cool, or because you're impressed with some of these YouTube atheist sites that are around? Because at the end of the day, people like Thunderfoot are creating dramas so that you are like sort of sheep that just are watching and applauding and getting involved, but really you're just building his empire up and other atheist YouTube empires. So are you aware you're just a little piece of a pawn in a bigger game that these atheists are playing, and you're just being used and exploited? I mean, an example is, look at some of the YouTubers, atheist YouTubers. You'll notice that they sell t-shirts and things like that and merchandise, and it's in their interest to make drama, okay? And we've heard recently that some atheists are saying that drama's not the way to go, but they'll be getting involved in drama. They have to do that to feed their sites, so that their sites can prosper, so that they can sell their merchandise and continue their own little YouTube empires, and you're that little pawn in the bigger game for them. The second thing is, these YouTube sites like Non-Stamp Collector and Dark Matter, I don't know how young you are, but do you really think these things are appropriate? In the sense, do they really do justice to the Christian faith? For example, I have invited a number of these YouTube atheists for academic debates. I'm quite well up on theology and theological studies, and I've challenged these atheist YouTubers to serious academic debate and discussion, and they've refused outright. So in other words, these sites like Non-Stamp Collector and people like this, they're just propagating ignorance, and they're not propagating real understanding and discussion. And I'm just questioning, is that appropriate for you to be listening to these people who really don't really understand Christian theology, don't really engage in any academic discussion with any theologians or people who know about theology, but are just propagating ignorance to people who want to stay and remain prejudiced? So those are some thoughts that I just want for you to ask yourself as honestly as you can as a young atheist. And thirdly, I just want to say to the more sophisticated young atheist who sees what I'm saying and agrees with me, but they're much more savvy. They do really think. They read the books, they read the articles. You as a young atheist are smart and you're clever and you have thought about some of the logical arguments and scientific issues. Here's a question for you. How much time have you spent reading Christian theologians? How much time have you spent listening to Christian theologians? I'm not talking about William Lane Craig now, who's the butt of all the atheists. I'm on about a wider reading and a wider thinking. You say, well, I've read Alvin Plantinga. What? I'm not just on about Alvin Plantinga. How much have you really engaged with Christian thinking? Have you read Dr. Balcom on the Gospels? Have you read any scholars, such as at the Bart Ehrman Project YouTube channel, on critiquing Bart Ehrman? And basically, I just think that you're very smart, you're very clever. You as a young atheist have read quite a bit of atheism. You've probably watched a lot of debates between Sam Harris and William Lane Craig, and you've seen a lot of William Lane Craig, etc. But you've been limited. You've limited yourself to reading and looking at things rather than widening your horizons and reading a wider circumference of Christian thinkers and theologians. And the other thing I want to say to all the young atheists out there is this, is that how interested are you really in truth? How much of what you're doing is all about you being smart and clever, or rejecting your family background? I mean, your family might have rammed it down your throat about religion, but that doesn't make religion right or wrong. It requires you to think about it, not to react to it in an emotional way. So are some of you reacted in an emotional way and have gone into the path of atheism because of the rejection of what your family's been trying to do to you, or your church tried to do to you, which is ram it down your throat. And how interested in truth are you if you don't spend time reading the Bible, you don't spend time listening to sermons and Christian theology? How really are you interested in truth? Or are you just interested in saying nasty things on YouTube channels, or coming up with really clever arguments against theists on YouTube or some kind of website? And it's all kind of like entertainment. But how serious are you as a young atheist for seeking truth? I'm going to be doing, in a week's time or maybe 2 weeks' time, a video on C. Evans. He's a Christian philosopher, and I challenge you as a young atheist to come and find that video. It'll be called, I'll call it The Young Atheist and C. Evans, so you'll be able to find it. It'll be in a week or 2 weeks' time. And in that I will discuss some of the deepest philosophical issues of our time. And I'll see how many of you young atheists come, take that video seriously and engage in proper discussion. Thanks for listening. And as you often say, think. Alright, take care.